crazy. Today we brought you on a trip to Mérida State, and we're going to be visiting the tourist spots and also the not so touristy ones, but
wonderful places that this area has to offer.
Also, we're going to record specific videos about the things that impress us the most.
so stay tuned to this playlist. It's spectacular in case you want to plan a trip to Mérida. And also check out all the videos from this wonderful series.
My name is Valerisa,
And I am Emmanuel Vieira.
and together we are...
Two crazy travelers. Now we made a stop at another point of interest. If you come to visit Mérida, the Stone Chapel. This famous chapel was built by Juan Felix Sanchez, a local who was an artisan. And a local told us that he built it with the intention of being buried here when he died. In addition to being an offering to the Virgin of Coromodo, Juan Felix Sanchez died in 1997. And they buried him inside the chapel. When they were digging the hole to bury him, his wife said, "Make a hole next to his because I want my remains to rest next to my husband's." The lady died in the year 2000 and was also buried here inside the chapel. Additionally, it has a museum with what used to be the house of these people, but right now it is closed. You can stop here for 5, 10, or 15 minutes. When you come to Mérida, you can take pictures, enjoy the place. Everything is open, you can go in and enjoy.
It's another spot you can visit on your trip to Mérida. It's called Victoria Lagoon, and it's right next to the road. The walk is just about 10 minutes. It's super easy, and you can follow the sound of the water, which is created by a small waterfall that flows from the lagoon.
After this beautiful stop, it's time to continue our tour of Mérida. So keep watching this video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, click here.
We stayed in a medieval castle in the Venezuelan Andes, specifically in Mucuchíes, Mérida.
It's a hotel shaped like a castle. It has 29 rooms, ranging from double rooms to presidential suites. It also has a ballroom area where more than 200 people can fit for weddings, events, and so on. And it has a restaurant that used to serve tourists who just wanted to come and eat. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, right now it's reserved for guests and only breakfast is offered. Due to logistical reasons and the pandemic, they've had to shut down production and logistics for lunch and dinner. But, well, we hope that will come back at some point.
Well, my name is Carlos Salcedo, working in tourism. I began working at the Santo Domingo Hotel when I was just 7 years old. We always have groups from both the Caribbean islands, groups of Germans, groups of French, groups of Italians. They stayed here on Tuesdays. We gave them dinner and breakfast, and then they went to the plains. Besides that, during the high season, those were really good times. Here, people had to make reservations in advance, especially during the season, to get into the restaurant. The number of people was incredible. The restaurant was full, the bar here was full. People had to wait outside for a table to become available so they could eat. Especially the foreign people, it was like they were getting the idea of Venezuela. They didn't come anymore, and the flights weren't as frequent as before either. So it started declining and just kept going down. The country's situation is terrible now due to the gasoline problem. We For example, in order to work here, we absolutely need diesel because we work with an electric generator when the power goes out and we use a boiler for heating. The priority is agriculture, the priority is transportation, but for hoteliers and innkeepers, they are not a priority. And even though we never closed, because during the pandemic the hotel was closed, but the hotel staff kept working, maintenance staff, kitchen staff, administrative staff, and somehow we have to pay those people.
I admire them despite all the problems they have, that they haven't closed, that they keep fighting and, well, working. So that the tourism we all long for returns, and you are there as pioneers for not having given up at any moment.
We know the situation is tough. Yes, it is. But I'm sure we're going to get through this and we'll have it again. Not the Venezuela of the past, but the Venezuela we dream of now. The beautiful, thriving Venezuela known by those who have experienced it. Well, it's in bad shape, but we're gonna get through this, and if God wills it, that's gonna be the goal.
If you want to see how our whole experience in El Castillo was, click on the top right corner. At the end of this video,
We're going to try to catch a snowfall in Mérida, Venezuela. This is the only state in Venezuela where it snows, and even then it's very little. Usually we get 3 or 4 snowfalls a year if we're lucky, though some years have none and others have more. And it's very, very, very unpredictable.
we have several factors in our favor, and it's that it's raining, it's really cold, and it's windy. And they also told us that they saw snow on the peaks of La Colata, so maybe when we get there, we'll see something too.
Us. We just met with Sergio. He also has an Instagram page called Relinda Venezuela, and with Mariel, who is his girlfriend. Sergio was a globetrotter and he fell in love with Venezuela because he's Argentinian.
Well, I traveled around Latin America for 4 years by car. I got to know Venezuela. In 2015, I stayed for 6 months. I was only planning to stay for 1 month, but I ended up staying 6. And well, after that, it was a decision to... I wanted to return because I fell in love with the places and people. In Mérida, we used to travel for free. For the people until we began touring.
But tell me more. What do you mean by free trips? Who paid for those?
With free gas. We had a car, so we did the activity. For example, Montones Lagoon Gavila, let's go. The first to sign up go for free. It could be 4 people or 8 if we take 2 cars. If you wanted to join and bring your car, you could. That's how it was.
You'll have an unforgettable experience.
Here we go with good vibes, hoping for snow. Vane told us that because it falls easily, it also dries up and disappears quickly.
There go our friends from Relinda, Venezuela. Let's follow them because they also got excited to try to catch the snowfall, and they're going to be guiding us all the way to Pico el Águila.
We're on the way to Peñango. We passed Pico el Águila a while ago, but we still haven't found any snow. We saw a little bit of snow in the distance on a peak that looks like it's really, really, really far away. We can't get there. But this won't be the only attempt. This is the first one, because we're going to find snow in Mérida, no matter what. The beautiful thing is to really enjoy this journey because it's gorgeous, just gorgeous. Another place you can visit if you come here to Mérida is the main market of Mérida.
Here you will be able to find traditional sweets, local liquors, food, and even clothing. Because yes, these ruanas, even though you might think they're Peruvian, are also made here in Venezuela. They're also typical here in Mérida, with the difference being that the ones here are made with sheep's wool. Because there are areas that can reach almost 5,000 meters in altitude. And well, the cold has forced the locals to wear this type of clothing to keep warm.
We made a video trying everything we saw at the market. If you want to watch it, click on the tab in the upper right corner. The food here is super delicious and affordable, so you can come and spend a totally different afternoon. Join us at another spot here in Mérida.
Let's go.
And other activities you can do in Mérida are adventure sports like mountain biking, paragliding, canyoning, canopy, or pendulum jumping. Whoa. And that's how one of the adrenaline experiences you can have here in Mérida comes to an end. Only one company, Facto Pendulo, offers the pendulum jump, which costs $25. And believe me, it's worth the effort. It's worth every penny spent on this adventure sport. If you come to Mérida, one of the places recommended to visit in the town of Mucuchíes is the Bartolo Lagoon, the peak to our right, behind us. You can also summit Bartolo Peak here in Mérida. But you need climbing equipment. It's much more intense than today's route, which only goes to the lagoon. Either way, we're looking to acclimatize, but look how amazing we are. Practically, at the level of all those peaks, the highest peak here in Mérida and actually in Venezuela is Pico Bolivar, and it is 4,980 meters high. Almost 5,000 right now. After our climb, we're at about 4,200, so there's still a difference, but you can almost see it. Almost there. Wow, look at this beauty. I'm going to get closer. What spectacle. 1.16 kilometers where we left the car. 1 hour of walking. But we made quite a few stops to rest, to take photos, to acclimatize because we're at about 4,500 meters above sea level. So now you know, if you come to Mérida, this is a must.
Many signs to get here, however. If you find a local, I'm sure they'll explain to you exactly where you need to go and which way you need to take. Then, the walk uphill is beautiful, with all the frailejons on the side. And then, little by little, a small waterfall starts to appear that you have to cross until you reach this incredible place. Beautiful. It was tough at first, since I'm not used to the altitude, but the walk is actually easy. So you have to come for a while, spend, like I say, about 2 days to get used to it, and then climbing this is a piece of cake.
we have Alexis Montilla, the creator of the Alexis Montilla Parks, which are the Mountain of Dreams and yesterday's Venezuela. And this one that we're going to visit today, Los Aleros.
After leaving Chachopo, I worked washing dishes at the Prado Rio Hotel while my dad cleaned floors. There I learned to wash dishes, floors and bathrooms. I started a small restaurant, El Cane, down here. You have to begin at the bottom. Nothing is impossible. No one will tell me tomorrow, no, I didn't do anything because I didn't study, don't have money, or I'm just unlucky. No.
With Alexis Montilla is invaluable. I invite you when this video ends to go and watch our whole experience at Los Aleros Park.
What a place, what an experience. We highly recommend all the parks, not just this one from start to finish. We're even making a video for you, specifically about this place.
I love it because not only can you learn what Mérida was like before, but you can also interact. And wow, everything has been wonderful.
So now you know, get excited and now join us to our next destination. Right now. We are here in a little house where you leave your car when you go camping in Musui. The car is completely safe.
Now? Yes, we're going to start the hike.
I don't know if you can see it, appreciate it, but right there in the middle of the mountain, there's like a patch of dirt. That's where the trail is. And the reference point is always that antenna that you can see up there. Once you reach the antenna, you walk gently on a flat path for 10 or 15 minutes. That's where the camp is set up, the tents, everything. And then you walk another 10 or 15 minutes. And you arrive at the hot spring pools.
Is the Musui Hot Springs. This hot water pool in the middle of such cold weather is simply spectacular.
We made a video blog explaining to you in detail how to get there, how much you have to pay to come, and whether or not it's worth the effort. So, if you want to watch it, you can click here. And now, join us to our next destination on this wonderful tour of Mérida.
While we were in Mérida, a follower wrote to us inviting us to a little town called Ciudad Fresita, but it's very hard to get there because it doesn't show up on the global positioning system, so we're going to meet in another one called La Azulita. It turns out that this little town is very interesting because a lot of foreigners live there, and they say it's an energy point in the world. And there's also a Swiss shaman. I wasn't going to document this trip. We just wanted to relax and try to find the shaman. Because apparently it's super hard to find him. But it's been so amazing and everything we've seen has been a spectacle. The journey. In fact, over there in the back, we're going to have breakfast in a little house. Halfway down the road, we expected everything to be closed, but we found that little house instead. And here you can see, over here you can see Lake Maracaibo. I mean, I'm impressed by how beautiful this landscape is.
Cafe Mana. We wanted like a little kiosk here, so suddenly we ended up at this table with a little tent here. We lasted about 3 weeks. Well, we saw that it was good. We had sold in the mountains and we set up in the structure. It's very eye-catching for the area. We're here at El Chorotal, San Eusebio, La Azulita, Mérida. It's a pleasant place, very cold, lots of fresh water. We're a water-producing area. It's a cloud forest, and there are a few places like this.
How beautiful.
Starting at 11 o'clock, expect fog, cold, and the chance to drink hot chocolate.
How nice.
And have you had a lot of sales?
A lot. There was a route for some rustic folks, all the people from Mérida who work with the tourism agency, and they used to sell during the Catatumbo lightning. Since they were rustic, they sought out the roughest roads for the tourists. Jaji draws many visitors, yet remains very lonely.
And right now, how is tourism going?
Hey, very little. In fact, hardly anyone comes by. Cars, it's very few cars that pass by.
And what do you think is the cause?
The gasoline, the system. Once there's gasoline, we can all go out. We'd find the rest one way or another, but without gasoline. The tire problem is fixed, and they've walked to Punta Chivas, but what about gasoline? What goes in the tank?
Yeah, you can't do anything.
We can't do anything. We'd have to invent one that runs on callejoneros, which is what people produce.
With Miche Callejonero.
Mrs. Zora, invite people to come to your little restaurant.
Well, I invite all of you to come and try the corn arepas, also the wheat ones, and fried coconut chino. By the way, look, we have desserts as delicious as this one, and also regular ice creams like these I have here. I don't know if you want to take a look around.
Let's see.
These ones over here,
How delicious.
with arequipe and chocolate. No, we process the cacao and then make the syrups.
How delicious.
And we make the arequipe with the milk from our own cows that we have right here in the area.
Among the places you can visit are the Pirates Cave, Aguascalientes River, and this beautiful waterfall called La Palmita.
All the magic we've experienced today has been thanks to this woman, to Gabriela, who invited us. She insisted to us through Instagram and social media, telling us that we had to get to know La Azulita. And many people had already recommended La Azulita to us, but the pitch with which she sold it to us, we said, we have to do it.
When I talk about La Azulita, I automatically think about my roots because I grew up here. And I think that thanks to her, I learned to love and respect nature so much, and with her I have a huge connection. And I think the word that defines it the most is magic. La Azulita is magic from every angle, and just like us human beings, what matters most is what's inside. To truly know and love it, you must go deep to discover its magic.
La Azulita is so magical we made a special video, not only for what you've seen, but also because we searched for the shaman. We visited a Krishna monastery, a dream house in the mountains, and a workshop where they produce essential oils with native Venezuelan plants.
What are we going to do today?
Today, we're going to start one of the most difficult hikes I've ever done in my life. Because, well, the altitude, the cold, it's snowing a lot. And,
I don't want to get up yet.
Look, we're here. Mukwi. Today we walked through all of this. Until we reached Koromoto.
Did you see that today is the longest day?
Tomorrow we'll cross this burned bridge, which is amazing. It's literally a bridge over the abyss, made of wood. We walk halfway to Laguna Verde at 4,000 meters. On the last day we do Humboldt round trip, ascending and descending 1,950 meters.
we're ready to start climbing now.
This adventure starts right now.
was the most epic, challenging, beautiful, and rewarding destination of our entire journey through Mérida. For now, we'll just show you a few fragments, because soon you'll see the full video of Pico Humboldt. We'll show everything, even the most difficult moments for us.
We just assumed or suspected that Luis has hypoxia. Okay, keep going a bit more, Luis.
No, I'm not going to keep it to myself. No, I don't feel bad anymore.
How do you feel, sweetheart?
Let me help you.
Ow, ow. This is warm.
And this too. This is proof that you will achieve everything you set your mind to in life.
This was our top from Mérida. Relax. We know there are so many places left to mention. Mérida is a charming state, full of unique landscapes. But we're crazy, not magicians. So here we showed you everything we were able to visit and do on our last trip. Help us share the beauties of this state. Tell us, which places do you think we should visit when we come back? And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.
Hello.
How are you?
Those crazy travelers.
Those crazy people in Costa Rica?
In today's video, we're going to tell you what to do with $100 in Costa Rica. We admit we wanted to make this video,